Hello, Cancer, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? Friendly reminder that these are general readings and they are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. Last thing is that any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading or coaching session with me is in the description box below. All right, Cancer, let's jump on in and see what you guys are dealing with. This is for your recent past, current energy, and immediate future. This is for Cancer, please. So we're going to start with looking at overall energy through the oracle cards, and then we will dive deeper into the story with tarot as the reading progresses. So let's start here, Cancer, with your recent past. What has Cancer been dealing with? Maybe. These cards are so big, they're hard to handle. Okay. Ooh, keep your dreams alive, infinite blessings, celebrate differences, and make a wish with breakthrough. Okay. I feel like the best way I can explain this feels like experiencing the death of some sort of dream. And that dream is not dead, okay? But I feel like something happened in this past energy that made you in some ways stop believing in some outcome. Now, whatever that outcome might be, it might not be, it's still possible, but maybe not in the way that you once expected. So if it's like, oh, I lost this relationship, I thought this person was the love of my life, you still have the opportunity to find someone who's going to love you and make you feel like you were in a relationship with the perfect person for you. If you've lost a job and you felt like that was your only path to success, that path to success still exists for you. So it feels like something, this definitely feels like maybe redirection in some way. I mean, with this infinite blessings card, I actually feel like there were some things blocking your blessings from coming into your life. And I don't know what that is yet, and I feel like we'll get more when we dive into tarot. But then the celebrate differences card, to me, a lot of times we get so caught up in how we think things need to be, what we think that they need to look like, how we think things need to play out, that when things go different than what we expect or what we want, we tend to believe that that means that they're not going to ever happen for us at all. And I feel like this energy in your past, or something that happened in your past, in some way made you give up on the idea that you're ever going to be able to have or get to where you want to go. And I get why. I think that, like, in this energy in particular, I think that this was, like I said, kind of divine redirection in some way. And a lot of times divine redirection feels like a lost opportunity. And I think that lost opportunities aren't always actually the way that we tend to see them. A lot of times it's actually creating room for better opportunities. So let's see what we've got going on here, Cancer, in your current energy. Because you literally have keep your dreams alive. Current energy for Cancer, please. Let love be your beacon. Then you have trust your own understanding, but I'm going to keep pulling. Let love be your beacon. To me, oh, okay. It's like the love of yourself is the right path. Yeah, because there's expansion and there's clear endeavor here. Okay, I feel like when you now think, or as of recently, when you've been thinking maybe about a goal or an outcome or a dream, I feel like there's a lot of doubt. surrounding this. And obviously, I feel like that really stems from what you've kind of been experiencing in this past energy. But it almost feels like what your current energy is it's about reigniting that spark within you. It's almost like if you knew, and I'm not saying you need to 100% feel this way, but if like you knew how loved and supported and guided by the universe you truly were, it's almost like you would feel basically unstoppable. But I feel like, when we experience things not really working out for us or not really going our way, our first instinct is to go, well, of course they didn't work out. Things never work out for me. Or I never end up on top, or I never win, or these relationships always fail, or whatever the case is. And we tend to take our past experiences and believe that they are a reflection of what's possible for us. And I feel like where your current energy is all about is expanding beyond, you literally have expansion here, expanding beyond the beliefs that maybe past experiences have placed on you, and allowing yourself to open up to almost like believing that things are working out in a way that you might not even really be able to understand yet. And with this clear endeavor card, to me, it kind of feels like that path is going to become more and more clear as you continue to move forward. So right now, you're probably in an energy of doubt. You're probably in an energy of lack. You're probably struggling to believe that things are going to happen or work out for you, or whatever the case is. And I understand that. It's easy to fall into that mentality, but I feel like you're being asked with this expansion card to tap into a bigger picture mentality in some way. So what does Cancer need to know moving forward? Because I actually feel like you're going to be surprised by how things actually turn out in a good way. What does Cancer need to know moving forward? Trust your own understanding, intuition, and open your heart. You've been in this energy of pause, but things are about to start picking up again. Things are about to start picking up again. And that you're being asked to open your heart to receiving. Because I feel like what you've kind of been through has maybe gotten you a little bit closed off. Closing off your heart, closing off your mind to the possibility. Because sometimes it's hard to get our hopes up, right? Like we don't want to get our hopes up because we get so used to being disappointed that it's like, well, I don't want to be disappointed again, so I'd rather just not get my hopes up at all. But we also have to remember that our expectations are the root of our results. And a lot of times when we expect things not to work out, we might be actually manifesting that energy into our life. And so what this future energy is, to me, is about opening up and allowing yourself to receive. I feel like intuitively, especially with this intuition card, intuitively, you might be feeling some sort of shift, or like almost like you're on the brink of something. Almost as if something's about to happen, or there's a shift happening. And I feel like the more open you are to believing that things are gonna work out for you, or that things are going to change for the better, the more likely you are to actually experience that change. So this is about opening your heart to receive. It's almost like you've been kind of owed this maybe for a while from the universe, and allowing yourself to, but here's the thing. If you're not open to receiving, and you kind of stay stuck in that mentality of my life's never going to get better, things always suck, which is easy to get stuck into, okay? I'm not saying you're not valid in your feelings, but if we stay stuck in that mentality for long enough, we might end up actually limiting our life to the experiences of that mentality. We might experience things really never getting better. And I think that this is why you're being asked you have this let love be your beacon. It's like tapping into to the understanding, or to the connection with the spiritual connection of your own understanding, where you can see and truly feel like how supported and guided and loved, like you truly, truly are. Like it's almost as if the universe is saying, if you really knew your power and like where you could go from here, you wouldn't doubt for a second. It's like you would take steps knowing that you're so supported and guided. And that's what opening your heart up to receive is all about. It's about believing that there are forces beyond your conscious awareness that are at work for you, which can be hard to believe when things have sucked or when things haven't worked out. I get that. Overall theme of this reading for Cancer, what does Cancer need to know? You have magic. You are magic. You are magic. You are the magician. Okay, so this is kind of giving magician vibes, which is kind of giving like, you have no idea how powerful you are vibes. You know, we really are the co-creators of our experience. And a lot of times we lose sight in that experience because we lose sight of our power in that experience because we experience things in our life that kind of makes us forget our power in a sense. And I feel like you maybe have forgotten your power in a lot of ways. Now this magic with the relief, and you had soulmate on the bottom of the deck here, but I felt more drawn to this card, and I usually only take two. But this magic and relief energy to me is like it's like, and I feel like I've said this over and over again, and we will kind of dive deeper into the story when we dive into tarot, but it feels like if you knew like your power in all of this, that you are magic, you are literally a magician here. It's like you would feel this sense of relief. You would feel so much more at ease with the where your life is going, because it's almost like you would start to see that or believe or have faith that things are working out in a way that you might not consciously understand right now, but it's like deep down you know. And I think that that's where what I've really learned is that our expectations of our reality and what we believe is possible for us tends to be the limit of what we get to create. And I think that this is about opening your heart to believing that you are capable of creating more. I get, comments a lot on this channel, and I have so much empathy for these comments, but it's comments like, oh, my life has sucked for 60 years, or I've been in this place for so long, it's hard to believe anything can be different. And I know what that's like. Obviously not the 60 years thing, but I know what it's like to be stuck in a place where life sucks so bad that it is so hard to believe that things can get better. And I'm not saying your life sucks so bad, but I know what it's like to believe or to have a hard time believing that things can get better. But I've also learned that faith in things getting better is actually not a feeling at all. It's not about how you feel. You can doubt, you can feel scared, you can feel like things are never going to get better, but it's all about how you act and how you show up and the decisions that you make. So you can feel like things are not going to get better, but maybe you choose to take steps in the belief that things are going to get better anyway. That's what faith is all about. It's about action. Faith is an action. And I feel like that's what you're really being asked to tap into. You don't need to feel all the time like things are working out and you're 100% supported, but show up, act as if you are. When you break down the law of attraction, you have your thoughts become your beliefs, become your actions, become your reality. When you act on beliefs, whatever you choose those beliefs to be, you are consciously in that moment creating your reality. So if you're acting on the beliefs that I'm never going to be good enough, things are never going to get better, I'm a failure, whatever might be kind of sitting in that subconscious, you're actively creating a reality to align with that. So you get to choose your beliefs. You get to wake up and go, I'm going to choose to believe that I am the most supported individual in this entire planet, that the universe has my back, that no matter what I pursue, that I'm going to find success in some way, shape, or form. Showing up in that mentality can feel like delusion, sure, but it also allows you to shift your mindset and shift your belief system to align with the life that you do truly want and deserve. So I feel like that's what this is about. You're being asked to expand your belief system, expand your mindset. So what does Cancer need to know about this past energy? And then allowing yourself to open your heart to receive, because it's your time to receive, but you have to take steps in believing that it is, to open yourself up to that. All right, past energy for Cancer here. you have the celebrate differences card. To me, this can kind of represent like a blessings in disguise kind of energy. Like, sure, things are different than you expected them to be, or sure, things didn't work out the way that you thought that they would. But maybe that is a good thing. Maybe that's actually setting the stage for things to be even better than they would have been if things had worked out the way that you thought that they needed to. There's a lot of fear. We have the moon here. There's a lot of fear that exists in this past energy, and I don't blame you. I think that anyone in this position would feel that, because with this Ace of Cups here, it kind of feels like there were certain things that maybe were revealed to you in some way. I want more on the Ace of Cups, because the Ace of Cups is kind of like bringing things to the surface, maybe feelings, truths, beliefs that have been suppressed, like those kind of rising to the surface. And sometimes it happens when certain things start to be revealed to you, whether through your experiences, through another person, through divine downloads. I'm not sure, but let's clarify the Seven of Cups here. Because the Seven of Cups is an energy of feeling so lost and overwhelmed. It's almost like you were heading down a certain path, and you were sure of that path. You were sure of that relationship or that career, whatever the case was, and then it didn't work out. It didn't happen. And I think that that's why I started out the reading with saying it kind of felt like a dream had died here, because it's like you were so sure that this was the way, and then it didn't work out that way. And I think that that's where a lot of the fear kind of comes into play, is maybe there was already this fear that you were never going to get there, and things not working out the way that you expected really made that fear very prominent. Which again, nobody can blame you for. With this Eight of Cups, it kind of feels like you abandoned something, abandoned a path, abandoned a journey, abandoned a dream. And I feel like you had your reasons. I'm not saying that you just did it for no reason, but I feel like there was this period of feeling really lost, of not knowing where to go next, and I know what that's like when things, don't pan out the way that we expect. We kind of are then, left with like this big black hole of the unknown to go, what do I do now? Like I put all my eggs in this basket, or this is where I was heading, and now I'm not anymore. And it's a scary energy to be in. But I feel like your current energy is kind of getting yourself out of this energy and trusting that you are still being moved forward in a direction that is better than you might even think. So current energy for Cancer, you have expansion with let love be your beacon. Current energy for Cancer. Ooh. The Devil. Yeah, so we're dealing with an attachment, and okay. Whoa. Yeah. King of Pentacles in reverse. There's the Seven of Swords, but you have no idea. Okay. So the truth of the matter here, Cancer, is that you had an attachment to a certain outcome. That outcome didn't work. It didn't happen. It didn't come to fruition. And that, I feel like, was really difficult for you. But you're being asked to believe that, and this is where I feel like we've been talking a lot about in this reading already, but asked to believe a little bit of a bigger picture mindset. There's a lot of frustration here about wondering why you're not maybe further along in a journey, or why, something didn't work out. King of Pentacles in reverse is about focusing so much on your current circumstances that you lose sight of the journey itself. Sometimes we get so stuck in where we're at that we lose sight of, first of all, how far we've come. And second of all, we lose sight of what's possible. We start to believe and become almost like a prisoner to our current circumstances, because we look at things in our life and we say, this is how things are, therefore this is how they're always going to be. But that mentality within itself is going to keep you out of any other possibility. Because again, what you believe is going to typically be what you act on. And if you aren't careful, you might be acting on this belief that you're never going to have whatever it is that you desire: love, abundance, success, freedom, happiness, joy, peace, whatever it is. And I feel like then you have the Seven of Swords, which is like, but you don't even know. It kind of feels like there are things being constructed for you, like in the 5D, if you will, that you like will eventually understand. It almost feels like it's like the universe has had this master plan for your life all along, but you've been out of the loop of this plan. And I feel like that, especially seeing that clear endeavor card, I feel like that's going to become clearer to you moving forward, but only if you choose to keep believing. And I think that that's where keeping the faith is so hard, is a lot of times we have a lot of reasons to throw in the towel, to give up, the faith, to stop believing in better things. And I think that you probably have plenty of reasons to do that too, Cancer, but that's why you have let love be your beacon. Let yourself believe that you are loved and supported by something bigger than you, and act in and show up in that belief despite what it might be feeling like at this time. Because remember, faith isn't a feeling. Loving yourself even isn't a feeling. It's an action. It's something that you show up in. It's something that you choose to believe despite how things look and feel. And I've learned in my own personal journey that, especially when I did kind of reach those moments where I even sometimes did throw in the towel, I think that was this almost like opportunity for the universe to actually show me that a lot of times things tend to work right before we want to give up, or when we feel like giving up, we actually really surrender to, it's like we have nothing else to do, so we give it over to the universe and we say, please, show me the way. And I feel like that's where you're at right now. You're being asked to expand your belief past your current circumstances and believe that just because things are the way that they are does not mean they're going to be like this forever. You have a lot of opportunity for you moving forward, but you've got to open yourself up to it, or it cannot find you. It can't find you if you're closed off to it. What does Cancer need to know moving forward? Because this feels like the universe wants you to receive, but you have to open up to it. Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Swords in reverse. The Ten of Swords in reverse is kind of like coming to the end of something painful and realizing that it was actually all worth it in a way. I mean, then you have the Empress, you have the Nine of Cups. There you are. I mean, Cancer, this is freaking powerful. This is the wheel turning in your favor. This is almost like getting to this place where it feels like a sigh of relief is what, you do have relief. It feels like a sigh of relief is what it feels like. It feels like things actually, the wheel starting to turn in your favor, things actually turning around for you. And I feel like this has been like long overdue maybe, which is why you're probably like, I don't even want to believe that this is possible. This feels too good to be true. But it's gonna continue to be too good to be true if you continue to believe that it is. Allow yourself to keep the faith. This Empress is all about you showing up in the belief that you are deserving of good things. And you are, Cancer, you are deserving of good things. Regardless of what your life has told you or taught you or made you believe about yourself, you are absolutely deserving of good things. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. So you have a lot to look forward to. And I feel like this is even, especially with the Six of Cups in reverse, this to me is feeling like whatever is to come is so much better than the past. It's so much better than the past. And I think it might be hard for you to believe because, again, it kind of felt like the death of a dream, right? But it feels like whatever is to come is so much better than anything that has been lost. And that I think that you'll start to see that as things do unfold here. It might take time, but I do definitely feel like that's going to be the case for you. But remember, your expectations, your beliefs Your beliefs and your expectations are the root of your results. So try to focus on your perspective and what you give energy to, because that's so incredibly important and imperative. We tend to create a lot of suffering in our mind whenever we make expectations about our reality. We tend to, or not necessarily expectations, but assumptions about our reality. We look at how things are and we say, things might suck right now. That must mean they're always going to suck. Goodness sakes. And I'm never going to be happy, and things are never going to work out, and I'm always going to be lonely. And when we make those assumptions without even realizing it, we might even act on those assumptions. And then we act on those assumptions, and then we create that reality, and then we further that belief, and it's a vicious cycle. So you are being given the opportunity, or you're being asked to step outside of the reality that your mind might be telling you you're living in, and to try your hardest to reach into the belief that things are working out better than you might even realize. And I think that if you can expand yourself beyond that, you're going to start to see that that is the case. We're going to hop on over to the extended. The extended is going to focus on what you need to do right now to move forward in alignment with your higher self. So focusing on tangible advice. Any information for that is in the description box below. Thank you so much, Cancer. As always, I do want to mention that I just announced a workshop that I am doing. It's going to be a live workshop on January 3rd. It's all about reclaiming your power to manifest the life that you do deserve and desire. So honestly, a lot of what we've talked about in this reading and just kind of like what I've been talking about recently, any information for that, I'm going to link a video below that has all of the information for that. It's going to be an hour and a half long live workshop over Zoom. If you can't make the live event and you purchase a ticket, you will still receive a recording. So you have to purchase a ticket to get the recording, but the recording will just be of the whole workshop. The only thing you'd be missing out on is the Q&A session that I'll be doing at the very end. So like I said, there's a video in the description box below underneath the links for the extended that will have all of that information. If you have any questions, feel free to obviously drop a comment or reach out to me via email. That is also in the description box below. All right, thank you, Cancer, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things that you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Cancer.